Hello, everyone. This is Satellite Evolution Group with David Gelerman of SpaceBridge Technologies, the founder of the company. How are you doing today, David?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We're very excited about being here at Satellite this year. Could you introduce us to SpaceBridge for those not so informed?
Well, SpaceBridge, as you know it today, it's a company what came from acquisition of EMS satellite networks and SpaceBridge Networks Ottawa-based company. Prior to it, it was a part of RCA Canada, then part of Spar Aerospace, and later on it became known as EMS Technologies, and when we acquired it from EMS Technologies, was branded as Advanced Satellite Network. And when we divested RF business, so high power amplifier business, in 1988, we focused solely on VSAT platforms and ACPC modems. So SpaceBridge today, it's a company what focused only on networks or systems, satellite end-to-end communication solutions.
So what are some of the major projects and milestones that you've achieved in the last year?
Last year, we achieved actually very significant milestones. We installed our second generation HTS system, multi-beam system, where we employing all latest technologies and techniques available on the market. And we also made a new redundancy system end-to-one to make it more effective and more efficient in switching.
From your perspective, how did the satellite industry respond to the pandemic?
Well, our industry responded differently in the beginning and now. In the beginning, people were scared and didn't know what to do, how to handle situation. A lot of companies were waiting for future to progress or to place an orders. But last year, situation changed and orders start coming more. But we have different issues now associated with pandemic. Because of cutback of many different suppliers and different companies, a lot of components became obsolete, and you cannot procure them anymore from OEM. You have to go either to secondary market, to brokers, or to design them out. And also, we all facing huge logistics issues related to ability to move goods. And when I say move goods, it's all through vertical food chain of the product. So we have problem of getting components, and I say we as an industry, and we all have a problem to deliver. Even if products in stock, to ship it today to halfway across the world, it can take anything between 1 month to 2.5 months when the product is actually ready, created, and waiting to be shipped by sea. By air, it's also possible, but it's becoming very expensive. So it's a new reality, and we all have to live with it.
Exactly. To get down to the business, we've seen SpaceBridge claim that it can help consumers monetize value-added services and new business models. How does that work?
Well, it works several ways. One, we introduced a product known as SatCloud, what provides services. And second, one, when we're doing also service related offering, but based on VSAT platform.
So with LEO satellites continuing to disrupt, how does SpaceBridge adapt to suit new technologies and demands?
Well, we right now providing our platform meets all current requirements of the market. We provide layer 2 and layer 3 end-to-end communication. We provide encryption. We have all mode code of DBS2X. We have ACM forward return link. We have roll-off on return link in MFTDMA mode 5%. We're providing high mode codes in return links. We support open standard RCS2, and efficiency of our system is one of the best on the market now.
Speaking of disruptive technologies, what's your take on emerging industry trends like cloud support, multi-orbit constellations, or terrestrial hybrid networks becoming increasingly ubiquitous?
This is normal evolution. What we all expected to happen actually 10 years ago, but for different reasons. One of them basically based on technology or lack of such 10 years ago. With multi-satellite constellation like LEO, MEO really didn't take off. But now, cost of satellites becoming very inexpensive. So one can afford to build constellation of many thousands satellites and provide high density traffic through them. So interaction with terrestrial, of course, now you have 5G available, and LEO, it's a great argument to terrestrial 5G network because of its low latency and ability to be seamlessly switched over from satellite to terrestrial, like for smart cars. It's very important and necessary requirement to have low latency, whereas applications would require low latency like stock market and so on. And for this reason, LEO has definitely right to be there and compete with existing satellite operators or existing satellites like GEO. And there are a lot of new innovation going on right now in this technology because it has to support electronically steerable antennas to make it low cost, and you have to track LEO satellite all the time. And it's a lot of challenge in this new business, but I'm sure with time it will be all challenges will be overcome, and LEO would be quite successful constellations, and we're going to play part of this business too.
Looking to the future, what are you planning for 2022 in terms of a roadmap, and how is it going with how do you respond to the new market trends?
As you asked me about LEO, and I mentioned what we're part of LEO, we actually developing now two systems, high density or very high throughput satellites and LEO. We were awarded 3 years ago by our Canadian federal government a program called SIF, Strategic Innovation Fund. This is program 29.4 million spread over 5 years, and we're now in the middle of this program. So we were able to launch very cost-effective modems. Now we're developing next generation with cost-effective modems with emphasis on LEO, with handover and high throughput and MIF 3.0 functionality in these modems.
Thank you, David Gelerman, founder of SpaceBridge Technologies. Thank you for taking the time with us today.
Thank you, Laurence.
I've been Laurence Russell with Satellite Evolution Group. Thank you very much.